Welcome back to Joe's Galley. Well, haven't seen you for a while. What have you been cooking while I've been away? I miss you guys, bloody hell. I've been out camping and traveling around out in the desert and cooking up a storm. What have you been cooking? I suppose you've missed me. Your cooking skills should have gone through the roof. All this bloody COVID lockdown bullshit that's going on with the government. Fucking don't start upsetting me now. Let's get on with our cooking. Today's dish is chicken pasta. Traditionally, Italians don't put chicken in pasta, but it's a great combination. It's absolutely beautiful. And I notice quite a few Italians now do it. I got the version from my mother. I got one from my uncle when I was working on the prawn fishing on the Wyamba. And now I do my own version, which is better than all theirs. So let's get on to it. Before we get started, cut yourself up a couple of capsicums and slice up an onion. Today we're going to use 6 chicken thighs. Open yourself a 400 gram can of cherry tomatoes. There'll be a full list of ingredients and quantities in this description. One other ingredient I must mention is the dry white wine. Today we've got one from Peter Tickle. Good on you, Peter. Peter's a wonderful person, he's done a lot for Port Lincoln. And I'm gonna try his Sauvignon Blanc Semillon. Well, I can't even say it, but it's dry white wine. Oh yeah, good on you, Pete. Put out another great wine. Thanks a lot, mate. I'll need a sponsor, might be knocking on Peter's door this time. Bloody hell. Yeah. Crank up the stove and get some olive oil into your pot. Okay, then let's start. We've got our oil in. We're gonna add a bit of a chicken. Now, today I'm using chicken thighs and I'm gonna use a half a dozen of them because I'm feeding the family. Anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to cook this chicken in the oil until it's just coloured on the outside. Not too much. We just want to get a bit of flavour out of the chicken and get it started. It's at this stage, I add a little bit of salt. Bit of salt to the chicken while we're getting some colour into it. Okay, once the chicken's got a bit of colour on the outside, both sides, we take it out, put it on a plate, and we'll chuck it in a warm oven just to keep it warm while we get the other ingredients started. Just like that. It's smelling fantastic already. Alrighty, we've got our chicken brown in the oven, just keeping nice and warm. Time to add our onions. Terrific. And our capsicum. Whoops, dropped a little bit there. And what we're going to do is we're going to just saute them a little bit, just for a minute or two until the onions go clear. It's at this stage, time for the Peter Tickle dry white wine. Now we're going to use around about a cupful. And I'll top my glass off a little bit more, just in case. But about a cupful of dry white wine. If you're lucky enough to get your hands on a bottle of Peter Tickle's wines, good on you. Lucky you. And we're going to reduce that down now to about half. At this time, we'll add about two tablespoons of vinegar, white vinegar. And we'll reduce that right down. So our wine and vinegar mix is reduced down to a half or a little bit less than that. Let's stick in our chicken booster or our chicken stock, about a tablespoon and a half. We're also going to stick in a couple of tablespoons of capers, a generous amount of olives. Put in as many as you want. It's up to you. And give it a bit of a stir. Oh, the smell now is absolutely sensational, and it's only going to get better. Okie dokie then. I'm going to put in about a generous amount of oregano. I like this dry oregano, it's beautiful. So, you know, put in as much as you like. But I reckon I've put in 2 good tablespoons full. And give it a good stir. And let those flavours meld in together. Oh yeah, baby. Fuck, does that smell good or what? Okay. I could rub this all over you.
Can't you do one show without being crude?
Right. Fuck, don't get upset. This ain't joking. Time for our tomatoes. Here go the tomatoes. Now I'm using the pomodorini or the little tiny cherry tomatoes. And we're making up, I'm going to give it a bit of a crush. We're making up a bit of a sauce here. Now, if it doesn't look quite enough, which I'm looking at it, I'm going to go, I think I'm going to add a bit of tomato paste. Tomato paste, use any one you like. And I'm using about, I'd say about 2 tablespoons full. That'll be good. And give that a mix in. You've got to try this one, it's just unbelievable. I'll leave it to your discretion, but you've got to make it a little saucy. So if it's a little bit thick, don't be scared. Add a dash of water, because we're going to cook that down for about 20 minutes. And once we get it, we're going to cook it down for 20 minutes once we get our chicken in. So there we go. The sauce looks great. It's time to grab our chicken. What we'll do is put our chicken back in there, little bit by little bit, and make sure it's immersed. What a word. Immersed in the sauce. Whoa, look at that. So, we've got our chicken in, we've got our sauce covering as much as we can. I think I'll just rip off a little bit of basil, just tear it up roughly. I love basil. Basilico, smells absolutely beautiful. Just rip off a few pieces there and get that mixed in. Now we got the basil in. The smell just got better. I can't believe it got so better. Unbelievable. Make sure you keep your eye on it, because if the sauce starts to thicken a little bit too much, don't be bashful and add a little bit of water. And we're going to bring it down to simmer like that. In the meantime, we'll get the pasta water going and have that ready to drop in. And we might even sneak another one of Peter's dry whites. Good on you, Pete. Okay, after about 10-15 minutes, it's time to drop in our pasta. And today we have a sponsor, a lovely family at Emma's Deli in Port Augusta, in the corner of Flinders Terrace and Thompson Street, I reckon. It's a bloody fantastic shop. It's got kitchenware, it's got food, it's got all your deli lines, it's got small goods, and the people there are absolutely beautiful. The Pananzini family, Alex, Flavio, grazie, and the signora as well, too. Salute, I salute you. Thank you very much. Get in there and do yourself a favour. Okay, here we are at the vinegar stroke. The pasta's al dente. Time to take it off the stove. We might flip this around a little bit. Like that. Time to add the pasta. Now, get the pasta, and we're going to take it to our sauce. Look at this, look at this, look at this. Oh, look at that. It looks, smells, it's absolutely fantastic. Now, start to mix this in. Mix this in. All right. Look at that. Oh, and don't forget the benedizione, the blessing. Just a little bit of olive oil and mix that in. Look at that. Doesn't that look sensational? Now it's the time that I've been waiting for. The taste test. Oh, it was so easy. So absolutely easy. And it's time to see how good we are. Look at that. Now, just a little bit of Parmesan cheese. Okay, now it's the taste test. I've been waiting for this. It smells absolutely sensational. And it tastes even better than that. Fantastic. You got to give this one a go. It's absolutely beautiful. Sorry I haven't been around for a while, but give that one a go. I love you all. Catch you on the next one. Oh yeah, Peter, that was good. We got any more of that? You should drink that. We run out. We run out. Do they have bigger bottles? Stop the filming. Stop the film.